Hi, this is Jiman Trading Community, and today we are looking at commodities. But before we dive in, we wanna refresh our mind. From our previous lesson, we learned about shares, how we can buy shares in terms of investing, and we learned that shares are just small parts of a company which are issued by the company in the aim of giving part of their company for a cash. So they would issue some shares and then they sell to the public, and then us as public we can own those parts, and they can even generate us some cash in terms of dividends, and still our money can grow in terms of the share value adding up. In this forum, or in this model of trading, which is spot investing, it's very simple because it is a straightforward model. It's not complicated. And today we want to look at commodities. Let's dive in. We learned that commodities are raw materials or primary goods that are used in the production of other goods and services. So commodities are raw materials and primary goods that are used to production of goods and other services. So if there is a company that deals with making breads, it needs wheat, and that wheat will be considered as a commodity. So if there is a company that is producing coffee, a particular kind of a coffee, that company would need a commodity called coffee. If it produces tea leaves, so they will, before that company processes that tea, they need a commodity called tea itself. So that commodity, now that's what we wanna look. So they are the basic building block of the global economy, because if there's a company selling wheat flour, then they need a wheat, which is still a commodity. They will consider the price of the wheat, so that commodity will be on the checklist in terms of the prices. So they are traded in global market, just like forex and stocks. These commodities are traded like forex or stock, based on notional value. A very rough average per day magnitude could be about 300 billion in a day, because this is a very big market. This is our livelihood. And let's dive in and see those kind of commodities which mostly are being traded, and we know them. So when it comes to industrial metal, we have copper, we have aluminium, we have nickel, and we have zinc. For precious metal, we have gold, we have silver, we have platinum. You can see those are all commodities. In page 2, we have, in energy we have crude oil, we have natural gas. So in agriculture, as we said, we have wheat, which it's used to make wheat flour and bread production, cakes, everything that is related to wheat. We have coffee, we have tea, we have sugar. So the table sugar that we have, there is a plant called sugarcane, so it's still traded. We have cotton on the jackets, maybe clothes, textiles which use cotton. So there is a commodity called cotton. We have cocoa, we have soybean. So there are a lot of commodities which make our life even in today. So let's go to the next page and learn something. So in Kenya, this is not traded. The ones physically traded are agricultural product. So we are not in those level of trading gold or crude oil, but in future we will have those softwares with us. But today the most traded asset is the stocks. We have a Kenya stock market. That's what we trade mostly. But in those developed countries, they are able to trade those things. But in this video, we will look at how we can engage in those assets, those commodities, and how we can trade them, because there is those indexes which track their prices and people trade on them, and we will see even the most regulated applications used to trade them. So let's go on. The rest are somehow inaccessible in our system, unlike UK and US, where they trade them in futures contract. Example, you agree on a today's you agree today you'll buy or sell a commodity at a future date at a set price. So that's how they are able to trade commodities. So you don't need to hold the physical item, oil or wheat. You just have to trade them in futures contract. Futures are traded on exchange like CME, NYMEX, ICE. Those are the sites whereby you can trade futures contract, and they are still even traded in EFTs. This now EFT is a system whereby they collect price data of those commodities. These are funds that track commodity price. You buy them like normal stocks. So we have gold EFT. You have US oil, which is crude oil. We have crude oil EFT. You have natural gas UNG. You have silver EFT. Just like that, they track down those prices, and you can trade them as stocks. So you can buy them. And hold them for future selling them if they appreciate in price. So good for a long-term investor who don't want leverage or future. These are good for a long-term investor who don't want leverage or futures. But I have an app that helps buy EFT through another app in the US called HISA app, which is our broker in this sector. It's the same as a stockbroker like AIB, but helps you buy EFTs in the US stock market. Now, if you want to engage in EFT buying these, you need a broker, mostly those trades in US, because they are the one who has the systems. They are able to trade those assets without any problem. Now it came a time that now some people spotted an opportunity. They are called HISA app. So they looked for another broker which lists those companies and these EFTs. So they linked up with them, so to help Kenyan traders, they can be able even to buy US companies like Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, Google. So you can trade any asset in US in terms of shares or stocks through using a HISA app, which is an application that links up with another broker which trades those assets in the US. And you are able even to trade in fractional shares, which we will talk about them later, whereby it's a percentage, because shares are not splitted, but the broker can collect small orders of each and every one, and they merge together to make one share, and then they buy that share, and then they split in percentage to those who bought. And when dividend comes, they will split the dividend to the investor. So you have learned about that. You have an application, you can be able to buy EFTs. You can buy US stocks using HISA app. So let's go on. I'll do a video review on it on this playlist, but if you like the logo, is here at the bottom. You can download it because it doesn't have a link. They don't have a link yet, but I'll provide the logo. So if you search HISA app on Google and then or in Play Store with the logo, you will be able to go as fast as you can. So, and later I'll do my reviews on this. So in the next lesson we are going to look at crypto in the investing mode, and stay tuned. Have you seen that trading is very very simple when it comes to investing? It's just straightforward. It's the same as the way people used to do things in the old days where they see each other. It's very simple. You buy here, you give cash, and you are gone. That's how investing. You just have to track maybe the price. You know this is a better price for at now, and then this is not a good price right now. I want to sell. Very very simple. Let's go to the next page. Now this is the app. It's called his app. This is the app. So you can see here we have a Kenyan flag and US flag. They help us to buy from US where we are in Kenya. Yeah. How to invest in US stocks and EFTs. Like I said, EFTs using his app. So EFTs are the one which track down the commodity prices, because we can't trade on commodities direct, but there are those EFTs which track down the prices of commodities. They are called EFTs, and we can be able to trade on US stocks. So this is the app. You can go and download. They don't have a link yet, so it's a very very good block, and I have already invested through this application, whereby I will do a review and you will see that. So thank you very much for watching. Let's go to the next lesson, which is cryptocurrency. Yeah, thank you.